Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be voting for Game of the Year at the Game Awards here on my desktop, I guess. So I'm excited. There's been a lot of really great games that came out in 2023. So I think it's great to recognize them here. And I have played quite a bit of them. I've had a lot of extra time to game. So I've had experience with a lot of them. So first things first, Game of the Year. This is the biggest category. And I honestly think that there's two standout games here. First being Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3. And yeah, Legend of Zelda, I thought in May this would be Game of the Year because that game was just fantastic. There's a lot of different elements to this game that just make it an absolute blast to play. They took what they did in Breath of the Wild and scaled it up to 100, and they took a 10 out of 10 game and made it even better. So I really like Tears of the Kingdom. I've played Mario Bros. Wonder. This game is really fun, but in terms of platformers, it doesn't do it. It does a lot of things different, but at the end of the day, it's still a platforming game and it has its limitations. It's a phenomenal game, though. Resident Evil 4, they did a fantastic job with this remake since Resident Evil 4 was put out back on the GameCube. They had to basically build it from the ground up, and they did an amazing job with this remake. So Resident Evil 4, I don't blame it for being here. Spider-Man 2, I did not play, but I watched a lot of videos on Spider-Man since it's a really... I played Spider-Man, the classic Sony one, and I've played Miles Morales, but I haven't beat Miles Morales yet, so I didn't indulge in this game, but I will at some point. Baldur's Gate, I think this is my vote. I'll get into that in a moment. And finally, Alan Wake 2, which looks fantastic of a game. I haven't played it myself, but I think the game looks fantastic, and I'll eventually get to it. But yeah, I watch a lot of videos on it. It looks fantastic. I am not happy that the Dead Space remake or Hogwarts Legacy nominated. Yeah, Hogwarts got zero nominations. That is crazy. And Dead Space remake was a really nice remake as well. So I need to get to that Dead Space remake. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy not having any nominations is pretty crazy. Honestly, I haven't played that game yet, but it's on my list. Baldur's Gate 3 though, this game is fantastic. As far as RPGs go, and even computer CRPGs, it is the best. It came out on PlayStation, and on PlayStation it even looks like a whole new game. I'm already halfway through my second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, and the game, I haven't seen any dialogue that I've seen in the first playthrough. So that is just mind-blowing to me how much time and effort was put into this game, but also the layers to it. It is incredible, and I'm definitely voting this for Game of the Year. Although Tears of the Kingdom, I did think for a while was my personal Game of the Year, but Breath of the Wild won already in 2017, and that game was fantastic. This game is fantastic, but Baldur's Gate 3 made other developers really angry. It has pushed the industry forward in ways that Tears of the Kingdom has not. So my vote is Baldur's Gate 3 for Game of the Year 2023. Yeah, there we go. Next category. That was the big one. I was kind of nervous for that one. Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Alan Wake 2 has a really nice direction to it, but Baldur's Gate 3, I'll talk about the other ones. I think this is my vote again, because the game direction is just, when you make a lot of other developers upset, it says a lot about the game that you made. So I honestly think that the game direction in Baldur's Gate 3, it has 3 acts and they all feel extremely distinct from one another. There is multiple ways you can go through solving each of them. You can talk your way through things, you can fight your way through things. Like, it has so many layers to it, and the game direction was just fantastic. Every little choice that you make impacts the story and how it plays out. So as you come into the third act, everything you did will either come back to bite you or it will help you out in certain different ways. So I am amazed by the game direction in Baldur's Gate 3. Sony Marvel Spider-Man 2, this is similar to what they've done before. It's cool that there's no loading screens when you like teleport to places on the map, and you can also switch between Miles and Peter relatively easily, which I think is pretty cool, but I don't know, it doesn't do anything different. Out of the nominated all these games, I've only played Resident Evil 4. I haven't played Mario Bros. Wonder or Tears of the Kingdom since I don't have a Switch. Spider-Man 2, can't afford a PS5 yet. That's fair. Like, I find if you watch enough footage, you can kind of get a feel for what the game is. Spider-Man 2, honestly though, it just looks like everything that I've experienced already in Spider-Man and Miles Morales, which is a really great experience, but I don't think it pushes anything forwards because it's a similar game to what we've had before. There are some things in it that I really like and hope that other games bring to it, but I'm not voting Spider-Man. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, great for a platformer, but this is I don't know. It had some wonder elements and did some things that were crazy, but game direction not so much. Tears of the Kingdom showed how a proper sequel should be made. If you're going to use the same map, you may as well go all out like Tears of the Kingdom did with the upper layer, Hyrule, and then the underground, which is absolutely massive. Tears of the Kingdom is a fantastic game. I am mind blown at the physics in this game and everything about it. Alan Wake 2, really cool art, game direction, just the way that it had the creative vision come through. But Baldur's Gate 3 is definitely the best game direction in this category. So Baldur's Gate 3, voting for that one. Keep voting. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Alan Wake 2 is amazing since it turns the horror up. The first game is not really horror, it's just this creepy action game, but this game is actually scary. I've seen Alan Wake 2 to be a very scary game, and the narrative definitely is telling of that. It's something that I will get into playing, but I've watched a lot of videos, and it looks really cool in the way that they've constructed the story. I think that Baldur's Gate 3 has an incredible narrative. They have a narrator, and there is... I don't know how many voice dialogue lines there are in Baldur's Gate 3, but I've played 2 playthroughs now, good and evil, and I haven't heard the same dialogue in a single playthrough, so it's mind-blowing me to the narrative and how your choices impact the story. I hate to vote for something 3 times in a row, but Baldur's Gate 3 looks like the clear winner here in terms of narrative. Just the story was just fantastic, and it changes in completely how you play out in terms of your decisions. Every little dialogue option ends up playing out differently, so it's cool. Endless amount of replayability in Baldur's Gate 3. Really great story that changes, and there's 17,000 endings. I've never played a game with that many endings before, so Baldur's Gate 3 is definitely my best narrative. Cyberpunk 2077 with Idris Elba, that is really cool. I think the story in Cyberpunk is pretty interesting for, the cyberpunk elements of it. And shout out to CD Projekt Red and how they really helped pick up Cyberpunk after its messy release. And it's come quite a game now, so shouts out to them for that. Final Fantasy 16. This game looks really great, and I will get to playing it. It looks a little bit different than some of the other Final Fantasies, and great soundtrack from what I've listened to so far. I went through and kind of did my research on these. And Spider-Man 2, good narrative, I think. Like, from what I've seen, it's got a cool story with how Peter and the Venom suit kind of interact, but you've known that story for years, so I have to go for best narrative. Baldur's Gate 3, definitely. This game has an incredible story, and as I said, 2 completely different stories now, and I'm sure I can get multiple different stories depending on my choices. So Baldur's Gate 3, best narrative. I've only played the first game, which was a great game, and it's also made by Remedy, same studio behind Max Payne and Control. Yeah, I seen that they are the same developer as Control. Control's a really great game, and just mind-blowing the physics and how they have everything work out so well. And Control is an absolute beautiful game, same as Alan Wake 2, so it's on my list to play. Will we play a game today? I don't think I got time to do a game. I'm not sure how long this stream is going to last because there's 31 categories, so that's going to be quite some time. I do have some things to do later, but I would love to play a game. I might make some time. I think I can make some time for gaming tomorrow, though, so stay tuned. I might have one up tomorrow. I might not have time for gaming today, though. Hello, some guy. How's it going, brother? We're doing the Game Awards voting. Now we got the best art direction here, and this is an interesting one because I loved Lies of P. This game has been one of my favorite Souls-like games and the closest thing to Bloodborne that I've seen. Alan Wake 2 has an absolute beautiful art direction as well, and I think Alan Wake 2 is the favorite in this category from what I've seen. I've watched lots of footage of this game, and it just looks really nice in terms of its creative display, and just it makes you feel like you're actually in it, which is such an interesting experience. Hi-Fi Rush looks pretty cool too. Bethesda Software's helped produce this, and I feel bad for Hi-Fi Rush because it came out in January and people are starting to forget about it, but still a fantastic game. Lies of P, oh, beautiful game. I love your Pinocchio, Timothy Chalamet looking Pinocchio, but you're going through this very cool world of Krat, which is similar to the Hunt City in Bloodborne, just with a lot of different elements coming from the Pinocchio story. So I think that this is a really cool dark horse of a game. This one definitely surprised me, and yeah, I really like the art direction in this. Mario Bros is usually the safe bet for art direction because they usually come up with something very nice in terms of their graphical display and the colors. Everything's so saturated and vibrant. But I think that Super Mario Bros. Wonder is very similar to even Mario Maker 2 and previous before it. It does have cool effects with the Wonder Flowers, and I think that like if we had a less packed year, that could have stood out so much more. But I think I might go with Lies of P for this one. Finally, Tears of the Kingdom, which is not really a beautiful game. This is on the Switch, but kind of same thing with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Nintendo makes really great games, and they look amazing. So, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I'm not voting for that. I think that Lies of P deserves the best art direction. Dark Horse, Alan Wake 2 is probably the favorite there, but I'm going to toss a bone here to Lies of P. This game, it blew me away. It's not the most beautiful game ever, but I think that the world is really nice and it's a cool game to explore, and just I don't know, the art behind it is really interesting. I love the Bloodborne kind of gothic style, so it was really cool. You should definitely check out first Alan Wake game. It's worth it. I'm definitely going to. It was on sale and I almost grabbed it, but I wanted to get Alan Wake 2, so yeah, we'll see. I'll be playing one or two of them. So next we got best score in music. I heard that Final Fantasy has some actually fantastic music. Tears of the Kingdom had that song that was blowing up everywhere. I've seen it on YouTube all over the place. I did actually go through and listen to the music for these, so I did get a feel for what it is, because Baldur's Gate 3 does have some really nice music in it, but I'm going to give this to Final Fantasy 16. I haven't played it, but I've listened to the music, and it just sounds like an epic game because of the music, so I'm going to go with that. I hope this year they address the kid who went on stage last year when Elden Ring won and sprouted. Yeah, I hope that something like that doesn't happen again. Maybe they'll invest in better security. Let's hope. Elden Ring got... Oh, that was bad. All right, next category. Best audio design. Recognizes best in-game audio, sound, and design. Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4. I heard Resident Evil 4 was good, and Alan Wake 2. There's the nomination for Dead Space remake, so they got one at least. I heard the audio design in Alan Wake 2 is good. I haven't played any of these games actually, which is kind of funny, so I'm going to go with Alan Wake 2 for that one, just because I haven't voted for it yet, and I think it should have deserved maybe one or two of the other ones that I voted there, so we'll give them that nomination. Best performance, award to an individual for voice acting, motion, or performance capture. I really like this one. Best performance in a video game. So we had Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I think I'm voting him. Idris Elba, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. I think his parts are really great. Like, that was really cool and all. Melanie Liebert, Alan Wake 2, Neil Newborn, Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, why do they have to do this? This is tough. This is really difficult. I didn't even realize that best performance was going to have Neil Newbon. He did such an amazing job as Asterion. I really want to give it to Cameron Monaghan because Jedi Survivor is a fantastic game, and I think that the story is so telling because it's got a great actor like him in it. I really want to vote him, and he looks identical to the in-game model, so it's so weird looking at him and seeing, like, same thing with Idris Elba. Their characters look very similar to the real life counterparts, but Neil Newbon, I am mind blown how good the voice acting was done for Baldur's Gate 3 and Asterion. You see so many memes on YouTube and stuff about how great his voice acting was, and I would feel wrong if I didn't cast Neil Newbon a vote for that. It's really tough. I'm having a struggle with this one. Cameron Monaghan, I wish I could vote twice. This is a tough one, but I think I'm going to give it to Neil Newbon. Great voice acting. Probably one of my top 3 characters of all time for voice acting roles. Just fantastic. Thinking of like Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2 with just how menacing, and the voice acting there was amazing. Neil Newbon as Asterion in Baldur's Gate 3 is fantastic, and if you get a chance to play it, you have to have him in your party because he's hilarious. So Neil Newbon, that was a really tough one, guys. I had 2 really choices that were tough to make, but it was kind of funny when the kids said it was a repeat of the Kanye West interrupting Taylor Swift incident at MTV Awards. Yeah, that's true. I don't like when people take the spotlight from someone else. That's just low. Oh, that was a tough one. Oh. Innovation and accessibility recognizes software and hardware that is pushing to the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even wider audience. Jason, the biggest Baldur's fanboy. Bro, I did not expect myself to like Baldur's Gate, and it took me a while to get into it, in all honesty. Like, I played it, and I would only put like 30 minutes in here and there, and I was like, this is a good, I knew it was a good game, but it gripped me, and it got me, and it pulled me in. I've put in like 80 hours, I think, so far into the game, and I can see myself putting another 80, maybe even like a couple hundred hours into it. It's just fantastic. If you get a chance to play it, like, I highly recommend it. I'm not this type of guy that likes this style of game, and I loved the game. So that just speaks to the how good Baldur's Gate 3 was. But accessibility, I've heard that I think I heard Mortal Kombat 1 had some good accessibility features. It's not something I'm really aware of, but Diablo 4 I played, but I can't speak to the accessibility. I ordered Cyberpunk, will come in the mail Wednesday. I'll let you know how it is. It's awesome, man. I actually really like Cyberpunk. I played it. I almost bought it on PC. It's on sale in the Humble Bundle for $40, so I might buy that and Phantom Liberty, but you know what? I'll give Spider-Man the vote. I've seen that they made some changes and stuff, and Sony's pretty good on that. Games for Impact, with a thought-provoking game and a pro-social meaning or message. Space for the Unbound. I do not know these games, and I've watched streams of people talking about this, and I haven't really heard anything. So it's just, if you guys want to pick something, if you guys got any input, I might just give it to the last one. I don't know. It looks different. Or Chia. You know, I don't know these games. I'll give it to this one. I heard Cyberpunk is like a video game version of Blade Runner, and Blade Runner is one of my favorite films. Yeah, it hits that feeling very well. Oh, yeah, I'm excited for you. Are you going to play it on PC, or no, it'd be on console if you ordered it. Best ongoing award to a game for outstanding development and ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14. That was a really good game. I seen Penguin Zero, he voted this, and he always votes this because they've really turned this game around, and I agree. Fortnite or Genshin Impact, I don't know. Genshin didn't draw me back into play. Fortnite, I'm not into. Cyberpunk 2077, though, I think that's my vote personally, because they just completely overhauled the whole game and released an awesome content pack, and I think more companies should be doing things like that. So I'm voting Cyberpunk 2077. I'm getting on Xbox. Right on, man. That's sick. Yeah, let me know how you enjoy it, because I think Cyberpunk's a really fun game, and I'm going to get back into it because I played it a long time ago on PS4, and it didn't run back then, and now it does, so I want to play it. It's cool seeing it being recommended at Game Awards. Best community support. Recognize a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, and inclusive of social media activity and/or game updates and patches. No Man's Sky, Baldur's Gate 3, or Cyberpunk are the clear standouts. Definitely not Destiny 2. That game has fallen off hard, and they've laid off their community support team recently, so it's kind of a meme that they're in this. Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, definitely. I should say it's anything but Destiny at this point, but Baldur's Gate, they released a patch the other day with 1,000 fixes, listening to fans and players' thoughts. I have to give this one to Baldur's Gate 3 because, wow, great community support. It has a really cool community. That's what kind of got me into. I'm not into the community, but it's nice to see it. I like how the Game Awards is open voting for fans, unlike the Oscars, which are secretive and not open to the public. Yeah, I like the Game Awards for this. Baldur's Gate 3 is my vote. Totally agree on that one. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game that is made from outside traditional publisher system. Dave the Diver is actually from a big company. It's not an indie game, so I can't vote that. Cocoon, I have that on my computer, actually. Let's see if I can show you off my games. I got Cocoon somewhere here. Right there. So yeah, I got Cocoon. It's a cool game. It looks really nice for an indie game. Sea of Stars is also really good. I have that on my PlayStation, and I also have it on my desktop there. I like Sea of Stars. I'll give it to Sea of Stars. We like a good RPG. Best debut indie game, Pizza Tower, definitely. Pizza Tower looks so cool. I really like that. So this is a quick one. Pizza Tower is a standout indie game for here. It's just ridiculousness. Best mobile game, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, Terranil, Final Fantasy, Ever Crisis. I don't know. We'll give it to Final Fantasy. They have I guess, yeah, there hasn't been many games. I didn't even realize it came out. Best VR AR, Gran Turismo, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR mode definitely is the best VR game. I watch people play this game. This game is so haunting, and it'd be cool in VR. So I got to give that to Resident Evil. Shouts out Resident Evil. We played some earlier. Best action game, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Oh my goodness, it's a great game. Dead Island 2. We got two tough ones here. Two of my favorites from the year in this category. Dead Island 2. It looks okay. I seen they had big layoffs recently too, so I don't know if it'll improve performance. Ghost Runner 2. This looks pretty cool too, but I don't know. I don't think it stands up to either Armored Core 6 or Remnant 2. Hi-Fi Rush is another really great game, but again, it came out in January, and I feel like that kind of plagued it. I don't think it's my vote either. It's down to Remnant 2, which is a really fun Souls-like game with guns. It's just absolute blast. And then speaking of Souls-like, From Software with their Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. This game is insane in terms of mech, and I've never played a mech game before where you fly around in a mech suit, and I'm having an absolute blast with this game. It's so cool, custom designing your own builds and everything too. So Remnant 2 is an amazing game, but I'm giving this one to From Software's Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. This game is just absolutely a blast. Vote for that. That game is fantastic. I think Best RPG is next. Best action adventure for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So there's two really big standouts for me. I know Alan Wake 2 is a favorite for a lot, but I don't for action and adventure. I think this game's more horror, and like the action games I feel are mainly Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Jedi Survivor, and Tears of the Kingdom. My two big ones I think are down to Survivor and Tears of the Kingdom. I really like Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm sad that I haven't been able to vote for it for anything. So this might be it. But Jedi Survivor is really blowing my mind in terms of how it plays. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I played it on stream yesterday. Jedi Survivor is a blast and really great Souls-like game. It added a lot to the already amazing Fallen Order game. You carry off from where Fallen Order leads off, so you don't lose any of your power-ups. So I think that was a really nice way to introduce a sequel. And Spider-Man 2, great game. Lots of cool action, but same thing as Miles Morales and the other Spider-Man games. So I think mine big two are down to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom or Jedi Survivor for best action adventure game. And I think I'm going to give it to Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't voted for it. I really like these two games I haven't voted for yet, and I really want to give something to Jedi Survivor or Tears of the Kingdom. And I had a lot of fun with Tears of the Kingdom so far. Jedi Survivor as well. But I'm going to give this to Tears of the Kingdom. They absolutely amazing game. Lots of cool innovation on Breath of the Wild. So I have to give that action adventure to Tears of the Kingdom. Also, I wonder when the Wolverine game is coming out. I guess Insomniac is busy on Spider-Man now. Yeah, I think they're busy with it, but I think Wolverine's coming out. I heard next year or the year after, so I think it's coming soon. Best RPG. I'm excited for this category. The best game design with rich player character customization, Baldur's Gate 3, and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. You can also play Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer, and it's a lot of fun. I've been playing that with a friend of mine, and it's so cool. Final Fantasy 16 or 15, no, it's 16. Final Fantasy 16 looks really great as well, but Lies of P, as far as RPGs, you don't really have character customization at all. You're stuck with Pinocchio and whatever clothing you put on him. So I wouldn't say there's a lot of character customization. There is good progression because you get better weapons. You can customize your weapons. There's a lot of customization in that aspect, but comparing any of these to Baldur's Gate 3 is crazy. Baldur's Gate 3 is probably one of the best RPGs of all time. Sea of Stars did a great job with their game as well. And Starfield is okay. My character is really messed up. So like character customization, yeah, but like you load your save and my character's face was all messed up. I was so confused. So I can't vote for Starfield. Best RPG, I have to give to Baldur's Gate 3. It has been an amazing CRPG to play with incredible character customization, the best character creator I've ever seen, and there has been a multitude of mods that let you really do whatever you want with the game. Great progression through the 3 acts in the game, and you can play multiplayer. It's easily my game of the year for a reason, and best RPG as well. Baldur's Gate 3. And the James Bond game, IO Interactive Studios behind the Hitman series, is working on a James Bond game. It was announced like 2 years ago and nothing been heard since. Yeah, I remember that. There's been a few games that have been kind of plagued with that. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic got hit with it as well. It's really sad to see that. Hopefully they get it together. Best fighting game. This is an interesting one. Best game design primary for head-to-head combat. Gods of Rock. Mortal Kombat 1 looks amazing. I think this is my vote. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, which is already half off, I seen on Steam, so I don't think that game sold amazing, but it looks good. It looks funny. Pocket Bravery. Not too familiar with it. I did watch some videos, but not too familiar. And Street Fighter 6, which does look fantastic as well. I think this is down to Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6, but my vote has to go to Mortal Kombat 1. So this game is just fantastic. I think it was an absolute blast and really nice gameplay. So Mortal Kombat 1. Best family game. For the best family, appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Disney's Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario Bros. Wonder can be played by anyone. They have characters like Yoshi that let you, live forever because Yoshi doesn't die. And Nabbit is another character too. It's kind of designed for kids to play and not have to worry about running into things, just jumping around. Whereas Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, etc., they can die. So I think that was a really nice addition. Pikmin 4 is another really good game, but I think it's a little bit more complicated. So the best game for family, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's just a great overall game. Lots of fun in that. Baldur's Love, Baldur's Life. You know it. It's true. Best Sim Strategy, Advanced Wars 1 and 2 reboot. Camp, I looked at that. I almost got it. It looks really good. City Skyline 2. Performance has been terrible on the game. I can't say I want to play it. I even have it on Game Pass and I won't play it. Company of Heroes 3. Yeah, it looks decent. Fire Emblem Engage looks amazing. I don't like the characters' hairstyles. I will play this at one time because I do play all Fire Emblem games. I really like them. Pikmin 4. I'm going to go for Best Sim Strategy. I love Pikmin. It's a fun game and I haven't voted for it yet, so I'm going to give this one the vote. What do we got next? Best Sports and Racing. EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Turbocharged, and the Crew Motorfest. Ubisoft, Ivory Tower. I'm going to give this a Forza Motorsport. I actually did play this game briefly. And yeah, I'm not a big racing game fan, but I think this game looked really nice. Best Multiplayer for an outstanding online multiplayer in design, including co-op and massive multiplayer experiences, irrespective of the game genre or platform. Baldur's Gate 3 did really great multiplayer. It's so easy to just hop into someone else's game and you have your own character you can bring along. So cool. Diablo 4. It has multiplayer. I played with Viking Zero and it was fun playing on Diablo. Even cross-gen. I played on PlayStation. He played on PC. So that's really nice, but it's just, I don't know. It's Diablo 4. They need to fix some things up, I would say. Party Animals look really fun for multiplayer as well. Like I want to play that with friends at some point. Street Fighter 6, always a good time playing that. I'm surprised Mortal Kombat 1 isn't in this as well. And then Super Mario Bros. Wonder, another really great multiplayer game. What's really cool is it has online multiplayer as well, so you can see people running around and stuff. I think that's really nice. But my time playing Baldur's Gate multiplayer has been a lot of fun. It's such a cool game, just role-playing wise, to go through and play. So I'm going to give my vote to Baldur's Gate 3. Best Adaptation, recognizing outside and creative work that faithfully and authentic. This is a good one. All right, recognizing outside and creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Best Adaptation, Castlevania Nocturne on Netflix. It looks really nice, honestly. Gran Turismo. I heard that it was a really, really great movie. I haven't seen it as well, but I also heard that there were some things that just didn't feel realistic about the movie. The Last of Us with Pedro Pascal. This TV show looks incredible. I haven't fully watched it. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us, so I should. I know it was like a 10 out of 10 show. And The Last of Us is just an amazing game. And I think that they flawlessly integrated the TV aspects of this. So I think this is my vote. I really liked the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I think this or Barbie is my favorite movie of the year, which is funny to say. But I think it was hilarious. Chris Pratt did a great job. Seth Rogen, Charlie Day, amazing casting, and really fun movie overall. Didn't have the greatest plot, but that's Mario for you. He saves a princess. Twisted Metal really stood out as Twisted Metal. I didn't think was going to be a good show, but Anthony Mackie did an amazing job in it. PlayStation had some really great movies come out this year. There's 3 movies or TV shows as well. Super Mario Bros. Did a fantastic job, but my vote has to be The Last of Us. From what I've seen, Pedro Pascal did an amazing job in this, and the story is just so gripping. So, The Last of Us, the best. Do it. Voted. There it is. Best adaptation. Most anticipated game. Recognized an anticipated game that has illustrated potential to push the game medium forwards. Final Fantasy Rebirth. Yeah, it looks good. Like, I don't know. I think it'll be good, but we also have Hades 2, which I'm really looking forward to. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. All these Yakuza games look nice. I don't think it's going to get that much, push forwards in terms of things. Star Wars Outlaws looks really nice as well. Massive Entertainment, Ubisoft. And Tekken 8 is a classic fighting game, but Star Wars or Hades is my vote for this. And I think I'm going to go with Hades 2 because I really cannot wait to play Hades 2. I loved Hades 1 and I need this in my life. So Hades 2. I don't like that they changed the game series from Yakuza to Like a Dragon now. Yeah, it kind of confused me at first. I actually downloaded Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. So I'll be playing that soon at some point. Content Creator of the Year. I actually don't know any of these content creators. People make games, Quackity, Spreen. Who do I vote for here? Who should I vote for, Matthias? I don't really know this one very well. So fill me in if any of these creators are good. I might just pick randomly. I don't know, Quacky sounds funny. Whatever, yeah. I don't know them. It's tough when you get one that's like, meh. Best esports game. The game has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive tournaments, community support, and content updates, regardless of genre or platform. There should be no Nintendo games here because they don't do that. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, PUBG, and Valorant. I really don't know. I'm not huge into esports. And they changed the series from beat 'em up to an RPG series. Yeah, it's an interesting change. It still kind of has beat 'em up style gameplay, I guess, but the Yakuza games are just all over the place. I don't know. I think I'm going to go to Valorant because they have good music. They release some really nice music that I listen to. So, yeah, we'll go with that one. I really don't know with esports. Apex isn't on there. That's the only esports game I play. Best esports athlete, another one that I don't know any of these people. So, Faker, Zywoo, Demon One, Hydra, Ruler, Imperial Hal. I'll go with first guy. Wait, what games do they play? Call of Duty. Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. I place my vote. Best esports team. JD Gaming because of Jason Dunn. I don't know these. I'm not the best at esports. What do we got next? Best esports coach? There's coaches? I don't know. Christine Potter, Valorant. Yeah, this is not as exciting near the end. Best esports event, League of Legends championships, Valorant. I don't know. They stole your name. They did. They really did. I don't know what to vote for. I don't even know what Evo is. Keep voting. Wait, was that the last one? Yeah, that was the last one. There we go. Game Awards 2023. I have voted, and you should too. So there it is, the Game Awards. That was a lot of fun. This is a different